The teacher told me to write my name, and I wrote down Joseph. And the whole class was starting laughing because I didn't know how to write my Chinese name. And from that point on, my nickname became Adoa.
Saturday at 2 p.m. the shop is closed, and Sunday they don't even open. It sounds like end of the world for Taiwanese. Hello everyone, Amadeus here, and I'm today with a new video. Very often what I'm hearing is, foreigners come to Taiwan, they love Taiwan because they're from outside and they don't have problems here, the life is easy for them. But when it comes to Taiwanese, they say they have to stay here, they have no other options, so they kind of not so happy. But I think it's actually not true because you actually have options, and I know lots of stories of people who go abroad or even they are born abroad, even their parents like 1-2 generations before they move to other country, and the kids want to come back here or live here. Today I want to share an inspiring story of Joseph, who actually been to States, but in the end he decided to move to Taiwan. So let's say hello to Joseph.
Hey Amity.
Okay.
And I've been to the States when I was very, very young.
Okay.
And that was from 6 to 12 years old.
Okay.
And when I moved back to Taiwan, it was 12 years old. I started to learn Bopomofo.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was a really hard transition. And at that time, I actually had an identity crisis. So I was figuring out whether I was a Taiwanese person or an American person. Because of that, when I was in college, I went on to an exchange program to the US and just to find out whether I like this environment more or I would prefer to go to the US. The funny thing is, 12 years old when I came back to Taiwan, it was my last year of elementary school. The teacher introduced me to the full class, right? And he told me to write my name onto the whiteboard. And I wrote down Joseph. And the whole class was starting laughing.
Okay.
And from that point on, because I didn't know how to write my Chinese name, and from that point on, my nickname became Adoa.
Oh.
My nickname became ABC.
Yeah.
And they would always tell me ABC, Gao Ga Di.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it was like a big flip for me. I grew up in the Taiwanese education system. And the Taiwanese education system for me it's very, very different from the American education system. Because when I was 6 to 12 in the States, we usually get off school very early, 3 or 4 o'clock.
And you have time to do your stuff.
The homework was like 30 minutes and we're done. We have time to play, we have time to,
ride bicycles.
Yeah, go to the backyard. Yeah. And then when I came back to Taiwan, so my mom enrolled me he said, we're gonna go to a cram school after school. I was like, that's fun. Because in the States, after school is like having fun with friends or chatting or usually doing a lot of cool things together. But no, cram school is do your homework, study, and prepare for the test that was coming up. That was a big transition for me.
For me, it's very interesting. I don't know why actually, when you're 12 or 12, 16 years old in this group, age group, the kids, they have so much energy. When we were kids, we were running, from one place to another, all the time. Then 8 p.m. go to sleep. That's it. In Taiwan, you are able actually to put kids and make them sit for another 4 hours of their classes. This is just hands down. That's I think is really difficult. And the Taiwanese discipline is very good. So when Taiwanese they talk about their home food or mama's cooking, they usually refer to Taiwanese food, but in your case, it must be way more complicated.
In the US, it's more meat. Meat is much more cheaper in the US.
Yeah.
When I was in college, we used to have steak. Steak is just huge, thick, and juicy steaks. It's really, really good. And it was $10 for this huge steak. But in Taiwan, if you go to the markets, the steak, all very cut up.
Yeah, you have to share it with your family.
And if you want a big steak, it's very, very expensive. So
good.
I think steak is something I miss about the US. And I really, really enjoy the 小吃文化 here.
Okay.
Because I live in Shiling, and it's just right next to the night market.
Yeah.
So basically, the night market is my backyard. And it's just so easy to snack on things because when you're hungry, you can go into the night market. You can get your favorite topping, you get your favorite臭豆腐.
Yeah, but so many options actually.
Yeah. And in the US, you have to you have to go to the supermarket or you have to like drive to go to a drive-through.
Yeah.
I think the convenience is something.
Taiwan is way faster, you know. Like I remember from Netherlands, they have like a Turkish like restaurant downstairs, and I got like a Turkish like roll pizza thing, but that was the only option basically, you know. Otherwise, I would have to go like 5-10 minutes, and it's like I have to drive or something. So like just like if you want a snack, you just go downstairs, one option. But yeah,
that's great.
Or like in Europe, you like 90% options at night. It's like just kebab, which is good. Comes in many varieties, but it's not like in Taiwan. You really can, you know, either choose like a midnight sushi or, you know.
When do the restaurants close?
First of all, like we sometimes don't open shops on Sundays, which is like for Taiwanese, it's like sounds like disaster. Like, what do you mean? Like Saturday at 2 p.m. the shop is closed, and Sunday they don't even open. It sounds like end of the world for Taiwanese. And the kebab shops, they run overnight. Like, you know, because they're basically you go to the downtown, and around downtown you have you know, bars, pubs, nightclubs. Obviously, you need to like cater people. Like people need to eat something when they're hungry. So the kebab shops are usually around there or McDonald's, and that's basically two options you have at night.
Oh, that's very very limited. I think my values are deep into the Taiwanese culture because Asian values of really being close to the family, trying to help the family out in the future, and I do think that cultural immersion is very important. Is you have to have an international understanding of all these different things. And although there's a lot of things in Taiwan that needs to be improved, so that's why I think the younger generation has to try to come back to this really, really amazing land and help the people here and help the problems you see. And one problem I saw was that the agricultural business was booming and there was a lot of unique kinds of produce, but also there was a lot of problems introducing it to these different people in the market. So I thought, okay, because of my business background, I can help these farms in Taiwan to help promote their products and help to build these into things that our younger generation would like. So these are organic produce that we produce at the farm, and it's called artichoke. In Taiwan, it's called 朝鲜蓟.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is this has some really, really good things for the liver, and it helps to it helps to get all the like the dirty things out of your body. What we figured is that we can actually make these into really kind of cool, unique products, like tea and whatever, and just let the younger generation know more about these cool little things that look like armadillos.
In Taiwan, like lots of people spend lots of money now to like import products from other countries, but you can actually grow it here, right? Where is it grown?
We have a big organic farm in Nantou.
If somebody wants to see that farm or order your products, how can they find it?
Oh, they can actually below is our Instagram, and you can also DM us our Instagram, and you can also visit our website.
Sure, that's a good idea. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you visit his Instagram account, and if you want to learn more about this beautiful super vegetable made in Taiwan, Taiwan #1, you're gonna learn from him. And thanks for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.